Daly with BuyTheBookMinistries.org and RobDalyAuthor.com. Coming to you once again from Shoebox Studios here in downtown Reno, Nevada. The Lord bless you, Wayne. It was good to hear from you. And you too, Gary. It's been too many years since we've seen each other. We'll try and remedy that soon. And to you, Harry, thanks for the call. Appreciate talking to you. And Isaiah, I'm speechless concerning the things that you said. I love you more than I'm able to convey right now. I pray God's blessing abound as you lead young people into the area of spiritual realities. I want to make it clear with everyone who might check out these podcasts that my desire in doing them is to share with each one of you what the Lord has shared with me over the years that I've been involved in ministry, concerning so many things that Christianity is in desperate need of knowing. My life is the Bible. To know what God is saying to men is what I live for. General Christian leadership has effectively blocked my being able to share those insights with the individuals in the pews for a long time. But with this podcast, I'm able to bypass general Christian leadership and speak directly to each one of you. I'm not here to tickle your ears with Bible anomalies, nor to emotionally amp you up with some lofty preaching message of exhortation, nor to talk story, as they would say in Hawaii. There's already enough technology items on the market in order that is done. God has called me as a fivefold ministry teacher, and I simply desire to teach. So if you desire to learn, then check in every week, and we'll begin to take it one day at a time. I need to submit a disclaimer before we get too much further in our programs. We read the Word of God because we are Christians. We read the Word of God because we are spiritual creatures and because the Bible is the spiritual food that we all need. We read the Word of God because it informs us about the issues of all of the things in existence and of the operations of life. We read the Word of God because it tells us about the Creator and all things and instructs us in what we are to do. We read the Word of God in order to get our marching orders from heaven, not to find and then use statements that appear within the Scriptures to endorse and confirm our own big ideas. The Word of God says that there is only one God. The Word of God says that God does not ever change. The Word of God says that God is smart. The Word of God says that God gave us an instruction book to help us with the issues of the existence and the operations of life that I mentioned. The Word of God did not say that men are allowed to alter that instruction book in order to suit their own personal verbiage desires amidst modern times, no matter how smart that they think they are. The Word of God says that God knows what He said and He says what He means. This author believes that what God said is valid, and therefore the authorized King James Version of the Bible is the only version that we shall ever use within our studies. Now, last time we were together, I shared on what really happened to Judas Iscariot. It was brief, but there were enough scriptures to check it out, and I still recommend investing in the book. I shared on that subject because of the time of year that we find ourselves in, and the stories that so many will no doubt be hearing from the pulpit. We heard one just recently. Today is Resurrection Sunday. This should be the most exciting day of the year for every Christian on the planet. Today is a remembrance of what God did for all of mankind through the man Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Sadly, most people on the planet of Earth will not receive what God has offered, and they shall miss out on the biggest blessing of all eternity. Concerning the crucifixion and resurrection, there are many details. Once again, I have books that are on the market, this one including, that explains about 3 days and 3 nights, and this one concerning the personage of Jesus and being able to see in depth as to his life and who he truly is. So, in a nutshell, I will explain to you that Jesus of Nazareth was arrested on a Tuesday evening, which was the 13th day of the month in the year that he was crucified. He was crucified on a Wednesday morning, which was the 13th day of the month, because we're dealing with a lunar calendar, not a solar calendar. He was buried just before 6 p.m. on that same Wednesday, 13th of the month. And he remained within the tomb physically and within the netherworld spiritually for 71 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds, exactly as can be scripturally substantiated. He actually physically rose from the dead just before 6 p.m. on Saturday, which was the 16th day of the month, and went directly to preach to the spirits in